Hi, my name is Deven Ritchie. I'm from the Mishawaka ward. I'm a priest, and I'm responding to an invitation to talk about a time in my life when the Lord has intervened on my behalf. I moved here 3 years ago from Salt Lake City, Utah, and for me, that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, and it was a very big change in my life. And moving from Utah is sort of a little sheltered in terms of what we see and what we do and how we interact with people, and so when I moved here, it was a little bit of a shock to see how other people interacted, and considering that most of them weren't members of my church at all, it was really different. I remember an experience that will probably stick with me the rest of my life during freshman year. It was 2 months after we'd moved here. School had just started, and I remember walking back to the locker room from a really hard day of practice, and I remember a voice in my head saying, "Don't go into the locker room." And I was like, "Why? I need to get my backpack. All my stuff's in there for tomorrow, and I need to put my pads away and sort of just get my stuff done." And I was getting closer to the locker room, and again, I had the same feeling: "Don't go into the locker room." I don't know, for whatever reason. I don't know why the Lord didn't want me to go into the locker room, whether something happens or something would have happened to me, but I didn't go into the locker room, and I still don't know why to this day that I shouldn't have gone into that locker room. But that was a time in my life when the Lord intervened on my behalf and told me something that I should do and should follow. And so I just want to share that with you to let you know that the Lord does speak to us, and if we listen, that He is always going to be there for us, and that we can rely on Him as our older brother and as our Savior to help us in times of need.